I'm trying to, and that if I seem a little stilted in conversation along the way, I'm trying to read this and then also stay up with what you guys are doing and throw comment in along the way. But down here, item number 49, it says Section 249A2 of the Hate Crimes Act expands the jurisdiction of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and other federal law enforcement intelligence gathering agencies to include the investigation of persons alleged to be opponents.
That's it right
Opponents
there.
of homosexual activism. The homosexual lifestyle and the homosexual agenda. Now that part right there, that little phrase, the homosexual activism, that's the one, that one right there is what they really are upset about. Hey, because they're trying to promote the idea, they want to teach it in school, Johnny has two daddies, and that's a physical impossibility. To have two daddies. He may have two guys living together, but then,
my goodness.
in homosexual lifestyle. But it says in 249A2 of the Hate Crimes, forces law enforcement officials, including prosecutors, to treat identical crimes differently depending upon the government official's determination of the, listen to this, political, philosophical, or religious beliefs of the offender.
That violates religious freedom completely.
Well, hang on, it gets better at the next one. Pursuant to subsection 4710 of the Defense Authorization Act, which is applicable to the Hate Crimes Act, evidence of speech, beliefs, association, group membership, or expressive conduct is relevant and otherwise admissible under the federal rules of evidence.
That's amazing. And it can be used in a criminal trial. That is insane. That's, like I said, that's a thought crime. Hey, you're not allowed to think that way. How dare you think that way? You're going to see you in court.
We can go through this, and I think we've pretty well nailed, what it is, what it's about. What we need to do now is make sure that we're supporting things, and we as Christians need to be praying for these fellows that had the courage to stand and put their names on the document. And say, hey, we're going to. So what they've done then is they're kind of like the patriots of old. They're saying, hey, you know what? We will champion this cause, this challenge against our freedoms here.
Here's a little background on the plaintiffs or the three pastors and Gary Glenn. Gary Glenn is an adult citizen of the United States, and he is currently the president of the American Family Association of Michigan. And, of course, the mission statement of AFA Michigan is as follows. This corporation is organized to do all those things necessary to promote the welfare of children by the promulgation of the Judeo-Christian ethic, and to do all things necessary to promote, advocate, enhance, and preserve the traditional and natural family in our society. And then, he's a Christian, and though his activities as president takes a strong public stand against homosexual activism, and obviously in the lifestyle and their agenda. Levon Yule is the pastor of the Bible Church, which is located in Ypsilanti, Michigan. He's also the national director of the National Black Pro-Life Congress. Levon Yule is actually he's African American, or black man. Then we have down here the Dr. R.B. Woolette is also an adult citizen of the United States. And he's the pastor of the First Baptist Church of Bridgeport, Michigan, which has approximately 7,000 members. And he also operates the Bridgeport Baptist Academy, Bridgeport Baptist Child Care. We've had him on the radio here for an interview over one of his books. He's the author of 5 books as well as many pamphlets and Bible tracts. His writings and his public speakings include sermons and on and on. There's one other plaintiff, which is Combs. Where is it? I lost it. But
we've known that for a while.
Yeah, I know.
You kind of set yourself up there.
Okay, Plaintiff Combs, James Combs. He is the lead pastor of Faith Church, the Point Church, the Rock Church, and the River Church, which are all located in Michigan. He's pastor of 4 churches, and as a result, he pastors approximately 10,000 church members. And he does take a strong public stand against homosexual activism, lifestyle, and their agenda. So these are 4 men who have stepped up to the plate.
I'm about 250.
But I mean, these are men who are standing up to it, and along with the Thomas More Law Center, which is down in Ann Arbor, Michigan, they're taking a stand. They filed a formal complaint against Eric Holder, who is the official Attorney General of the United States, and they're saying, what you did was completely unconstitutional. We're putting you to the task. Right. We're exercising our rights as American citizens and saying what you did was wrong, and we're going to fight it. And at the end, when we win, you're going to pay all of our attorney fees. So that's and I guarantee you, the Thomas More Law Center is not gambling on this. They know they're going to win. They have all the evidence with them, so they're willing to put their money where their mouth is. And all four of these plaintiffs are standing up as true patriots of the United States and our rights. The ACLU should be on our side on this.
Oh, come on now.
I know they are, but I'm just saying they should be.
I mean, the key word is should be, exactly.
I believe in
miracles. You want civil liberties? That's civil liberties.
God did part the Red Sea with Moses' rod. God did do that. And God did raise Lazarus from the dead, and God could have the ACLU do it, but at the same time, too, I don't think.
At the same time, Pharaoh's heart was never
that's
quite
one of those
converted.
Things. The ACLU is all about your rights and your personal rights and the rights of people and groups, but yet
only
on
when
this
it's the American Civil Liberties Union and not the American Communist Liberties Union. Okay, depends on which ACLU.
I think they're filing to change that acronym anyway. But
and there's another point in this thing that says that this hate crime act will actually incite more hate than it will curb it, because. Well, you think about it. If I'm not allowed to say anything, do you think that's going to make me very happy? No chance.
Yeah, and it's an amazing. Go on.
Page 13 of the complaint, number 57, it says, for example, the executive director of the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force, an organization that supported the Hate Crimes Act, blamed, quote, leaders of the so-called Christian right and their political allies who use their vast resources, media networks, and affiliated pulpits to blame lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people for all the ills of society for inducing violence against persons who engage in homosexual behavior. I have never one time ever said, hey, go beat up. In fact, I've actually told people, there's a lot of jokes about, how do you wink at a queer and things like that. I've said, that's stupid. We don't be doing that stuff.
Absolutely.
But yet they say, oh, we've done all this. No. I don't blame them for everything. In fact, the Bible says in 2 Chronicles 7:14, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face, turn from their wicked ways. I blame us because we haven't lived the right way and things along the way. So I put it and say, we've done this. But yet they want to, so already in this crime, they're blaming the Christian, the so-called Christian right. So-called? Does that mean that they're the so-called homosexual wrong? I mean, the right wrong, right? And so, but in it, they already the verbiage here is they blame. They're saying they're blaming us for all of that because we promote violence against them.
And that's never been farther from the truth. Never been farther from the truth. So
it's kind of funny. That's just as much of a sweeping accusation as what they're accusing us of, of being, accusatory of, and that's part of this issue. Also, is of course God tells us in the scriptures that homosexuality is a sin, that it's wrong. But through all of this, we need to be praying for those individuals who are filing against this law. But also, it's important, like Pastor Biggs, you were saying, to keep the main thing. And that's being an influence for Christ in our own local communities and neighborhoods. Amen. And being a witness and a good testimony of Christianity as well.
Pray for the plaintiffs and pray about what you can do to help them out. And I guarantee you they need support, maybe not necessarily financially, but pray for them. That would be Dr. Roulette down there in Bridgeport, Michigan, Pastor Combs, Pastor Ewell, and Gary Glenn of the American Family Association, and also pray for the Thomas More Law Center down in Ann Arbor, Michigan, as they are taking on the government. This is federal level. They are taking on the government. And this is a fantastic complaint, I guess you could say, that they've written up. It's very thorough. It's 125 points. 125 points. And the plaintiffs are asking that they declare the Hate Crimes Act violates the First, Fifth, and 10th Amendments. They declare that the Congress lacked the power and authority to enact the Hate Crimes Act, and to permanently enjoin the Hate Crime Act and or its application to plaintiff speech and relative activities as set forth in the complaint, and to award the plaintiffs the reasonable attorney fees, costs, and expenses.
Yeah, I like that last part. But this is, I don't think we even comprehend how epic, how important the decision made on this issue will be. There are individuals, young men in our college today here at Grace Baptist College in Gaylord, and the decision of this could determine whether or not they go to jail someday for preaching against sin. So this could set a precedence that makes an effect on the preaching of the gospel for years to come.
Remember